True strength is an act of courage. Life is not meant to be spent coddling the world or shielding others from their own lessons. It's easy to fall into the trap of excessive gentleness, mistaking kindness for an obligation to appease everyone. But understand this overextending yourself for others while neglecting your own truth is not compassion, it is self-betrayal. True strength is an act of courage and freedom. Freedom. To be endlessly soft is to pour water into a sieve, exhausting yourself in a futile effort to fill a void that isn't yours to fix. Being soft doesn't mean you're good, it means you're malleable, shapeless, easily bent by the weight of others' desires. And when you lose your shape, you lose the essence of who you are. Now, this isn't a call to abandon empathy or love. No, those are vital. But true love is firm, and true empathy sometimes involves allowing others to face their struggles without interference. Just as a mother bird nudges her chick from the nest, so it can learn to fly, you must understand that holding someone too tightly only keeps them grounded. Strength lies in balance. Be kind, but set boundaries. Be compassionate. But let people carry their own burdens. Do not confuse softness with goodness. Goodness is the courage to say, no, this is where I end, and you begin. It is knowing when your energy is better spent elsewhere. True strength is an act of freedom. Life is not about pleasing everyone, it is about living authentically. The truth is, you are not responsible for everyone's happiness. You are not obligated to be the salve for every wound or the answer to every question. People grow through struggle, not by being shielded from it. Stop depriving them of their growth for the sake of maintaining a false harmony. Let your softness transform into strength. Speak your truth, even if it shakes the foundation of those around you. Be the person who challenges others, not because you are unkind, but because you care enough to see them rise. In doing so, you will honor both yourself and those around you. Life is not about pleasing everyone, it is about living authentically. Authenticity is an act of courage. It's a willingness to be seen as you truly are. Living authentically. Authenticity is an act of courage. It's a willingness to be seen as you truly are. Life is not about pleasing everyone, it is about living authentically. So stop being so soft. Stand firm, let your spirit solidify, and let others learn to find their own footing. This is not cruelty, this is love. Kindness and compassion are often celebrated as virtues, and rightly so. They allow us to connect with others, to nurture with others, to nurture relationships, and to create a world that feels less harsh and more humane. However, kindness without boundaries can become a shadow of itself. When we are perpetually soft, perpetually yielding, we lose sight of an essential truth: strength and softness must exist in balance. To lean too heavily on either is to lose the essence of what it means to live authentically and responsibly. Living authentically. To be kind is not the same as being endlessly accommodating. Kindness is intentional. It comes from a place of clarity and self-awareness. It involves giving what you can when you can without depleting yourself. But when kindness transforms into an unchecked willingness to bend to everyone's desires or demands, it ceases to be kindness at all. It becomes self-neglect. It becomes a habit of erasing your own needs and truths to keep the peace, to avoid conflict. This habit, while appearing noble, ultimately weakens you and diminishes the integrity of your relationships. There's a profound difference between being kind and being overly soft. To be soft in the sense of yielding to all demands is to exist without a clear sense of boundaries. It's to let the world dictate who you are and how you move through life. When you say yes to everything, you aren't saying yes out of genuine care or desire. You're saying it out of obligation, fear, or an ingrained belief that your value lies in your ability to please others. This constant yielding leaves you hollow, drained, and resentful, even if you don't immediately recognize it. Freedom. 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 True strength is an act of courage. Freedom. Freedom. True strength, on the other hand, lies in balance. It's the ability to be kind and empathetic without sacrificing your own well-being or truth. Strength isn't about being hard or unyielding. It's about knowing when to be firm and when to bend. True strength it's about standing tall, even as you offer a hand to someone else. When you understand this balance, your kindness gains depth. It is no longer a knee-jerk reaction or a strategy to avoid discomforted. Authenticity is an act of courage. True strength is an act of courage, freedom, truth, courage. Strength also means being able to say no. It's one of the simplest words in any language, yet one of the hardest to use. Saying no can feel uncomfortable, especially if you've built your identity around being agreeable or helpful. But every time you say yes to something that drains you, you are saying no to something else, often to your own peace, energy, or priorities. Freedom. Courage. Recognizing this trade-off is an act of strength. It's acknowledging that your time and energy are finite resources and choosing to use them wisely. To find balance, you must also accept that not everyone will understand or appreciate your boundaries. People who have benefited from your softness may resist when you begin to stand firm, They may call you selfish or unkind. But remember, their discomfort is not your responsibility. You cannot control how others perceive your boundaries. You can only control how you uphold them. Authenticity is an act of courage and freedom. Truth. Authenticity is an act of courage. Courage. And the people who truly value you, the ones who genuinely care about your well-being, will respect your strength and appreciate the authenticity that comes with it. There's also an important lesson in realizing that softness, when balanced with strength, can be transformative. When you know how to set boundaries, your kindness becomes more potent. You are no longer giving from a place of obligation or depletion. You are giving from a place of abundance and sincerity. Authenticity is an act of courage. It's a way of creating space for what truly matters to you. Authenticity also means accepting that not everyone will like or agree with you. This can be a difficult truth to embrace, especially if you've spent much of your life seeking approval. But the reality is that no one is universally liked or understood. Trying to achieve this is a futile endeavor, one that leads to exhaustion and dissatisfaction. When you let go of the need to please everyone, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters, living a life that feels honest and fulfilling. Living authentically often involves unlearning. It means letting go of the habits and beliefs that have kept you stuck in the cycle of people-pleasing. It means questioning the narratives that tell you your worth is tied to others' opinions. This unlearning can be challenging, but it is also deeply liberating. It allows you to reclaim your voice, your choices, and your sense of self. It means questioning the narratives that tell you your worth is tied to others' opinions. This unlearning can be challenging, but it is also deeply liberating. It allows you to reclaim your voice, your choices, and your sense of self. True strength is an act of courage, freedom, truth. Authenticity is an act of courage. It's a willingness to be seen as you truly are, to stand firm in your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It's a commitment to live with integrity, to honor your own path, and to trust that you are enough just as you are. When you choose authenticity over people-pleasing, you choose a life of meaning, connection, and freedom.